Show and Tell Boston After Dark. I am here with my host,
Most Generous.
and today we're here with the African Fashion Week. Boston African Fashion Week. The team. Can I get you guys to go around and explain who you guys are? Give a brief introduction of who you guys are.
Hi, my name is Boa, and I'm a fashion model.
Hi, my name is Musu. I am a modeling coach and a model as well.
I'm Al Copeland, and I'm the executive assistant / PR and marketing coordinator.
And model.
You heard my...
Oh, let's get this. Y'all got two mic already. You see, that's going to be a long night, y'all. I'm Leonard Chitange. I'm the MC, the host. I'm also a poet and consultant, so glad to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Peace. I am Nadra. This is my baby. Fashion designer as well.
My name is Elise Sheree Hamilton. I have to say all three names because I go by all three names. I'm a fashion model, image consultant, fashion coordinator, and more to come.
Hello. I'll put my radio voice on. No, I'm going to laugh. My name is Rosa Galveo. I'm part of the PR team. And yes, that's it.
I'm John Masakoy. I'm a model and also a graphic designer.
Hey, my name is Drew Morrissey, and I'm director of the marketplace and also behind the scenes writer.
Nice. Can I just get like a brief statement? Like, what is it that we're here to talk about? What is the Boston African Fashion Week? Like, what are we trying to do here?
I'll go with that one. African Fashion Week Boston. African Fashion Week is all over the world. Mm-hmm. Toronto, New York, Ghana, Texas, so many different places. African Fashion Week Boston, for the Boston community, the New England community, is a creative collective. It's an umbrella with beautiful creative souls expressing, yes, their love for Africa and more. So we have fashion designers, we have models, we have graphic designers, PR people, visual artists. Oh man, a lot more. Food creators and performers, cultural dancers, musicians. Yes, there's much. Keep going, right? So it is a creative hub for us to gather and to celebrate our creative divinity.
Can I ask how long has this been going on in Boston?
Yes.
And how to get started?
So this is actually our second time giving birth to this baby. The first time was 2016. 2016.
Yes.
Man, yeah.
2016. And when we did it, we had no idea that it would be as beautiful and successful as it was. Mm-hmm. Literally. We definitely went over capacity, the building we were in. I'll just put it that way. Mm-hmm. But it was beautiful to see how many people came out and shared their love and celebrated together. Mm-hmm. And we plan to do it again.
Where was it last time?
Hibernian Hall.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And now, where's it going to be?
It's going to be at the Guild.
Guild.
Beautiful sacred jewel in the community, 260 Washington Street in Dorchester.
Okay. And were you all part of the crew from the last one in 2016?
I was a part of the modeling crew, yes.
Or did you guys also go there, all of you?
Well, I was the MC. I was the master ceremonial host. And I want people to know that, that experience was very powerful because when we was part of it in 2016 over capacity, and basically, you just celebrate the diaspora, right? Because at the end of the day, we are connected to the continent. We live here in Boston, so I think it was a great time to celebrate the gift that we have, because we are gifted people. So it was as a team, as a village, when we was back there, to give it back to the city of Boston, to say that there's a presence of talented, folks from MC, artists, dancers, so on. Yeah, it was. I think. Well, now we back. Well, how many years is that? 20 years, 30 years?
30 years? I don't think it's 30.
Good. Just check if y'all awake. But yeah, so I mean, we want people to come out. We want people to, and we're living a tough time right now. I think there's a lot going on. So this is the event that can just build bridges, bring people together. Me on the MC, I'm ready to dance, spit spoken word. Just
you're the MC.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, I can't wait.
African Denzel.
Yes, there's a long story with that.
Are you Nigerian?
No, from Congo, DRC. Congo is the second largest country in Africa. And it's funny when Nigel do this, I go like this too. But people have to. They're like, what's that? I say it's tradition. I think back home, the average African country, when you do the cry, it's you're actually celebrating everything. Celebrating your people, your concept. But yeah, so looking forward to.
Yeah, because I wanted to ask you guys, like, who does this event serve? Which community? Is it for Africans? Is it for the diaspora? Is it for other people to know kind of what the fashion's about? Like, it's
for all of us.
It's
for all of us.
Everybody.
Yes.
So we're just here to show the world what Africa is and what it can look like and what it does look like. And also just to share, like, you're welcome. We Africans have never been people to say we don't want you, we never want you around. No, we're a very welcoming continent, not just the countries, the several countries. The entire continent is very welcoming of others and wanting others to know and learn about the beauty of our culture, the beauty of our people, multifaceted and talented in so many different ways and areas. And everybody here represents so many different spectrums, and there's so many more spectrums that are not represented. But hopefully, if you come to the show, you'll see what we represent and who. It's just like a touch of what we represent and a touch of who we are. But we are so great and grateful to be a part of the community and show the community what African Fashion Week Boston has to offer.
Can I ask you guys about, like, you guys coming together and working to build this, and you guys having to reach out to other artists, and this being a big collaborative event? How is that?
Well, Al Copeland here again, working heavily on the marketing and PR piece on the team, and it's been actually a lot of tapping into leveraging my network that I already have and tapping someone saying, hey, we need this. Do you have this, or is there someone that you can point us to that we can reach out to in order to get things like advertising, other resources that we need to bring the whole picture together. I'm a very detail-oriented person, so in my mind, I envision, okay, what is the night gonna look like? What do we need in order to get there, down to the smallest minute detail? And so, having planned other events in the past and having worked in various jobs where I had to kind of like pull things together, I feel like that experience has allowed me to be able to build the skill set that I need to get what we need to get done. So it's like a team effort, leaning on each other, brainstorming a lot of conversations. Oh, we need to do this. Oh, I know a person that specializes in that. Or I know where we can get this product or service from. So it's really a team effort, and it's awesome working with a bunch of amazing individuals that are in their lane and experts in their field. So I'm loving it. This is my first year on the team, and it's been an experience, And so I'm really looking forward to seeing how the vision pulls together that weekend, and just seeing the reaction and I know that people have been reaching out via the DM and, asking, inquiring about the event and what's happening. And, some people have like tracked me down like, hey, I want to be involved. I'm like, okay, like, let's see where we can, where we can put you and, just kind of really just tapping into the networks. That's what it's all about, the community. So
you were saying, were you about to say something?
I was.
Oh, go please.
So 2020 took a lot out of a lot of people, but it also brought out the creativity in a lot of people. And so those people who have been, still working at their craft during that time were able to say, hey, it's time. You ready? I know you got your stuff sitting there. We ready for you. We want you to come on and do and have that show and show, the world your talent and bring back, the market, bring back the marketing within their own communities, within their own networks, and allow them to show what they've been working on and, show the world. And also we have space available for people to buy items, clothes, art, everything that you can possibly think of. Yeah. It's we gotta, build up the economy for the community again, and this is one of the best ways for us to do it.
You were talking about designing the night and what it's supposed to look like. I just want to know if, like, you guys can tell me, for someone who's never been to African Fashion Week Boston, what are those 3 days, and also give us the dates for that. What are they supposed to look like? What are the designs to make us feel? What are we going to expect?
Well, the 3 nights are all very different from each other.
Nights. I'm sorry.
Yes, they're all very different. The first night, which is June 2nd. You see, she's an expert at what she does.
She got it.
So on top of it, I'm trying to tell you.
That's why she's head of PR. So the first night, June 2nd, is a panel discussion and community discussion on mental wellness.
Nice.
And it's so vital because it's not always a conversation that's very open and candid. But many of us have experienced the experience or know someone who has. And so we'll have that conversation and we'll do a Q&A. There'll be an opening with Origination Dance and Cultural Center. Yeah. They're actually performing all 3 nights, so that's super dope. Yes. We'll have some sound bowl healing session. And first and foremost, that night we will honor our ancestors to open up the night. And we'll have some yummy foods and some drumming. We'll have drumming all the nights. The next night, which is June 3rd, that is the fashion shows.
Okay.
Yes, so the fashion shows will rock the house. There's a number of amazing designers, dope models, super dope models, and a beautiful, beautiful art show from some beautiful, amazing, creative artists that represent Boston. African marketplace, so there'll be lots of vendors where you can purchase their crafts. So please bring some cash to purchase their items. And plug. Listen. We'll have some African food vendors. So we'll have a variety of yummy foods. And we'll have an after party. We'll talk about that later. Yeah. And then the next night, which is June,
No, I said nice. After party on the second day.
Yes, after party is the fashion show night. Yes, gotcha. The second night. And then June 4th, we're having the gala. So you can get a little snazzy, you know what I mean? Get a little bling bling if you want. Yeah. We'll have a huge African feast, a variety of beautiful, amazing foods from all over.
All over?
Who said jollof? Anyway.
Okay. And
kachupa.
It's not just jollof. Hey, it's fufu. Yeah, it's gari. Hey.
Okay. Yeah, and
sorry. Go
listen.
ahead.
And we also will have a community award ceremony. So we'll shine some light on the people in the community that have done lots of work, but they don't always get the light shined on them. So we just want to take this moment to honor them and appreciate them. Mel King, Ashe. Okay. And we'll have our drummers again. And we'll have a preview, a rewind, a recap of the fashion show. Okay. So each designer that showed the previous night will also show one last piece, just to give a little recap of the fashion show. We have a couple of teen artists that are being promoted and sponsored from Artists from Humanity, just saying.
Oh, nice. Shout out to them.
Yeah. And we also will have a highlight of a teen fashion designer who's located in Boston.
Nice. Can I ask, are all the vendors and designers, models locally based? Or is this, do you have outside people, or is this a Boston thing?
98 is from Boston, 98%.
Nice.
98%, yes.
Can you talk about the importance of like bringing all the Boston people together for this event?
Listen, we live in Boston, right? We have so many creators here. We have so many dope artists. We could just start with art alone. Right. Okay? Visual artists, graphic artists. Hey. Now we go musicians, singers, dancers, models, fashion designers, spoken word artists. Yes, I'm just saying. Like, some people, they complain about Boston. Listen, Boston's dope. Boston's dope because we make it amazing.
Yeah.
It's true. Like, if somebody got dropped off in Boston, yes, they could go see the Red Sox game. Nothing against that. Yeah. And yes, they could ride on the duck tours. That's cool. But then there's us.
The duck tours. Yeah.
But then there's us. And I know if I had a choice, I would like to meet us. Us.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many beautiful artists. I couldn't even choose. I'm like, ooh, it's so hard to pick just one feature.
Ooh, yeah,
it's so hard. It's so hard just to pick one feature. Like, so even in the art realm, we got 2 artists that are being featured that we are honoring because they represent Boston. They have put their smack of paint all across this Boston city. And it goes on and on.
Heck yeah. And for you guys, because I haven't heard you guys speak a lot, can you guys tell me about the importance about this event to you guys? If any of you guys want to speak.
You go.
There you go. You said no, you go. Okay. One of you guys got to go, though.
Okay, so I'll go. So the importance for me is that don't do it. I'm thankful to be part of the team. I was part of the PR team the last time that we did it, and it was a great event. Just like visioning like people like coming in, and it's like nonstop. Like we set up a bunch of different things and people to buy tickets online, and a good amount of people bought tickets online, but I was like manning the table.
Womaning the door.
I was womaning the door, and it was just like overwhelming, but in like a good way, like oh my goodness, like there were so many people coming in, and I was just like I couldn't like stop smiling. And people of like young, old, little kids coming in. I mean, it was I can't even describe it. And to see everyone in the building just coming together, and just the joy, and you could just feel it in the air. Yeah, and so
can I ask you which day are you like most excited for?
Let's see. The fashion show. Yeah, I want to see all the different like designs and artists and what Nadra has it, like her new stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, I haven't, just she's always. I know I was telling her this earlier that she's always like ahead of her time. So yeah, gotta give her a props. I was telling her she's ahead of her time. Like I'm like. I was whispering to her earlier. I was like, oh, the stuff that they're doing now, putting all, people of different sizes, skinny, tall, short. She's been doing this.
Yeah.
She's been shining the light that everybody has, like, beauty within them. And so it's not just cookie cutter. Everyone's gonna look the same.
That makes sense.
Yeah. We've known each other for.
We go way back like yoga.
Way back.
Yeah. I know. I was like, geez, if I say 40 years,
Then I'll pop you.
okay. All right.
Well, I'm a creative designer, so like I like everything that deals with creation. And you know, like the Africa Fashion Show is actually showing the beauty of creation, like the different artwork, the different styles, dress codes, and so on of Africa. Actually showing the beauty of Africa to the whole world. To actually see that you can get like different kind of styles, different kind of suits in the African way. And I was actually moved when I was asked to be part of the team, and it's really a great team because like working with Al, and you know like she actually knows it all. She knows it all because like you know she's so good in that particular area of getting things done the right way. And you know like if you have someone that has the same mindset as you, the same creative mindset, it makes things to actually get easy. Yeah, so like I'm actually glad to be part of the team.
In which part of Africa are you part?
I'm actually from Sierra Leone, West Africa.
Nice. He has a mic. Yo, he has doing this double mic stuff, bro.
We should all say where we're from. Oh, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
We can.
I think this event is really important to kind of jump off what Musakula was saying, you know, about the inclusivity of, you know, in terms of when you think about Africa, you know, it being like the, you know, the motherland and, you know, the mother and teacher of the world. You know, it's also important for other people to realize, like, you know, you know, everybody has a connection, you know, to that, you know, it being, you know, an origin, you know, of humanity. So I think this event is really important to, you know, spread that awareness throughout the greater community, not just within the African community, but also other communities, you know, building those bridges, as Naja was talking about, you know, within, within all communities. And, you know, getting people to, you know, think deeper about just, you know, identity and connections, you know, human connections. You know, for one example would be, you know, I was born in Guatemala, and especially within the Latino community, a lot of people don't realize, you know, the African heritage that exists within Latin America, and so I think, you know, this will spark you know, people to really think deeper about, you know, their heritage and, you know, the connections, the worldwide connections.
So tell me, which night are you most excited for?
That's a tough one. I'd say I'm excited about the third night, the gala. And,
you want to dress up?
And also, yeah. You gotta stay fly. But you know, and also some of the musical performances too.
Oh yeah,
I'm excited for on that night too. Yeah. Definitely.
Now I actually need to go around and ask all of you guys, like, you know, which night are you guys excited for? Who hasn't spoken?
Sure.
I haven't.
You haven't.
So
Let's
I'm
go.
going to talk. I was trying to hear everybody else and not talk, but particularly the only night that I am excited for is the fashion night, which is the second night, because I get to show my talent. And that's all what it is. It's creativity amongst your friends and family and people that you know, enjoy seeing and that you haven't seen in so long. And, you know, with this pandemic, you know, we're trying to maneuver our lives in between being given a different way of handling things now. We have to still embrace our lives and our loved ones and the friends and family that we look up to the most. So, yeah.
Who's going next?
What night are you looking forward to?
No, here's what.
Did he say what night? Yeah, he said what night?
Just to piggyback on what you said, I'm also excited about the fashion show the second night because I'll be also. It's within all the models we've become a family, and I feel like.
Oh really?
Yeah, I feel like even from day one, even from the auditions, we were all exchanging our Instagrams and following each other, so I get to share what they're doing. We share with each other like our lifestyle. And it's from our coaches too. It's been awesome because they've been helping us during rehearsals.
You guys have coaches?
Yeah.
Oh,
The
you're the coach.
Yeah.
I have
Okay.
another coach who's not here right now. So soon. Yeah.
So they've helped us tremendously, like to help improve our modeling career and like help us become strong models for the future
Oh,
too.
nice.
Yeah.
How many models are there?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's go.
A lot is a big number.
60 something. Okay.
Heck yeah.
I know, right?
Oh Lord.
So it's a big family actually.
My cousin's cousin.
And they all everyone from the diaspora, or?
Yes.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And
East
beyond.
African, West African.
So we're not
Sorry,
just and beyond. We're open, like I said, we're open to everyone.
Okay.
So we
Got
have
some
people.
Europeans in there?
Yeah, we have Europeans,
Some
some
Europeans?
Asian,
Okay.
Latin American, everybody. The whole, the whole country. We're like the world.
We're all cousins.
The world.
Oh,
I know, right?
Makes sense. With a motherland though.
But again, it's a representation of when you go to Africa, there are people of all races and looks of ethnicity in Africa. So it's not just for Africans, it's for everyone. So welcome home.
You're welcome.
Oh, the night that I'm looking forward to the gala because we're gonna honor
you're
some
trying to be
dope
flashy,
people.
yeah. Okay.
Like we're honoring some dope people, and I'm like, I want to just be like clapping everybody up and losing my voice, screaming, be like, yes,
So it's hard for me because I've really been heavily involved in all aspects of the planning. So I am excited, just like I said before, to see how everything shapes up and pulls together. But for me, because I love fashion.
Second night.
No, actually, the gala, because I get to
okay.
because I get to pull out stuff that I don't wear.
Oh, okay.
Like I have a few gowns, so I'm like, okay, what we gonna do tonight? So I'm also gonna be modeling on the second night on June 3rd. So
okay.
I gotta pull it together.
I see your modeling style right now.
I gotta.
The
Listen, I got many styles. So I gotta, get in my closets. I got like 5 closets. It's horrible. And figure out what I'm gonna pull out to wear. But like, I love the red carpet. I live for that stuff. So I'm excited because that is the night that people get to like get real clean and fancy and get crisp, press your suit, and I think Boston has always been very conservative. And for me, I'll wear something like this and then people will be looking like, ooh, that's kind of hot, but because they're
Did
not.
you just go to the grocery store in there?
Because they're not used to it. It's jeans, t-shirts, the put on your Adidas and your
Sweatpants and Uggs.
Yeah, and I'm like, they're like, okay, you wear that, and I'm like, yeah, why not? I don't care because look, we're here for as long as we got, right?
Right.
So while you're here, you might as well enjoy yourself. Incorporate as much joy into your day as possible. Part of my joy is being able to dress up and making myself feel good because I'll put something together. I used to be really conservative too because I grew up in church and that's a whole different tangent. But anyways,
okay.
But just the fashion and the style that's going to be present and all the people showing up in their best. Like I live for that, the outfits. It's like, this is like our Met Gala, So I'm really looking forward to the fashion and all that other stuff, but getting on the red carpet with my gown, like, yes.
Let's do it.
African Denzel.
That's it. Let them know. Let them know. Let them know. Let them know. I have to turn my phone off because my fans reaching out right now. But, so just you know, so it is what it is. But you know, I'm gonna be different. I'm looking forward to all the three nights. Showcase my gift. I think I love the fact that she mentioned gift because the message is the gift that you have become the gift to your community. The gift that you have become the gift to your country. The gift that you have become the gift to humanity. I think it's the same concept of, you know, Wakanda. That movie alone built bridges. You know, when you're trying to do that version here in Boston. So I'm looking to showcase my gift as a poet, MC, and then
Oh, you can do some poetry?
yes, spoken word artist. I'm gonna do some spoken word, and then also I know the discussion panel around mental health. It's good to have that balance. It's good to have, you know, a comfortable conversation, but at least give folks some tips how to be comfortable with the uncomfortable and have that balance with fashion, because there's a lot of messages around fashions and colorism and beauty and so on. So and in the gala, you know, I'm going to do my coming to America. I'm gonna have elephant, tigers, and
Let's go.
no, it's funny. You know, no jokes, right? I've been here like 20 years. Came from Congo, so people used to actually think I used to, you know, be in the jungle and so I used to tell people, listen, I slap tigers for fun every Tuesday back in the Congo. Somebody took me serious. I'm like, I'm just joking, bro.
Ain't no tigers in Africa, bro.
You know, but I mean, yeah, the message is simple, man. I think this is timing for an event like this. And, you know, for me, because I consult around the city, around businesses and African diaspora, that's because of my expertise. Because I travel back and forth. I have networked in different African countries. And it's just information. It's misinformation, man. You know, this is for everyone. But, yeah, who hasn't spoken?
I think we spoke. We need most. Which night are you most excited for?
I'm excited for all of them because me, I'm in. This is gonna be my first time experiencing. Listen, that be at home. Okay. I still have that lineage there, but other than that, like I'm definitely as an African, I'm excited to be a part of this too, because we always get like these types of negative comments from people who are here. That's like, oh, not a lot of, you know, people like us can bring, you know, together this community, or oh, there's always this at a third. So like, I wanted to ask, like, what are some of the common misnomers that you've received from people who haven't came or experienced African Fashion Week? Boston.
The assumption that we're wearing leaves and like he was saying, just animal clothing, animal print, although that is a very dope concept. We have more than just the leaf, the bones and all that stuff. Our fashion is, you know, it's universal. You know, everybody that you see wearing jeans, you know, there are people in Africa that make jeans, that wear jeans. And some people know how to upcycle them and make them look different and add their own spice to it. But everybody does that everywhere. So the misconception of Africa and, you know, the jungle and, you know, we have a jungle, we have a desert, we have rainforest, you know, everything that everybody else has.
I blame Lion King.
Right.
Yeah. But also, too, what country are you from?
Oh, Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone.
The green, white, and blue.
One thing that I've been noticing, I don't want to get political, but just the way the media portrays countries and calls it third world.
Oh, yeah.
That is a huge pet peeve for me, because when you look at the history and you look at the richness of resources and culture and everything before colonization came into place, like these countries are only third world because people came in and plundered and stole and took over the resources. So
and created coups.
Yeah, all kinds of things to you know, to take advantage of, in the misconception that Africa is poor. Africa is not poor. Africa is the richest place, if anything else.
That's a fact.
The resources will never end. However, you have people in television and mainstream media portraying this place as if it's some kind of desolate, barren land, and there's so much richness there. And I want people to stop using the phrase third world. There is no third world country. It's an exploited country.
In the first night where we honor our ancestors, does that have anything to do with that? Like reclaiming, identity, or how does the first night kind of honor our ancestors?
Yeah, because you pause for a second, you think about pre-colonial Africa. You think about the kingdoms, like the pre-colonial concept of the entire, I want to say continent, countries, because essentially, it's like you're looking at a pizza. They kind of divide every countries. But I think you want to pause and honor the gift from my ancestor. I had to pass down the baton. And it's good to say, not only that we are connected, but tap into that era, learning, like, for example, how different kingdom, the way they were doing things. Like my tribal is Baluba, right? Come from the kingdom of Baluba. So I'm still learning the pre-colonial stuff. So we want to acknowledge that on that historical perspective. And then also looking back, because the ancestor is different generation too, and then also celebrating the ones that pass the baton, because when you hear model poetry, art, and music, this is way before the Egyptian and so on. So, and then look around, tap into the ancestry that's here. So that night, it's to acknowledge that, and then acknowledge the hero and heroes in the community. And then to her point, and at the end of the day, it's a celebration, but I also come with a healing. Because we need to heal. The diaspora have to heal. We heal through fashion. You heal through an event like this. So.
How about Caribbean people? Are there any Caribbean designers, or is this mostly other?
Yes.
Let's go. I'm Caribbean. I'm Haitian.
Yeah,
Love it.
We have one designer as of right now from Haiti. Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yes, indeed.
Let's go.
And so, like we, many of us have said, it really is for all of us to come together under this one creative umbrella of collectives. Yes.
Can I ask, like, what vendors, or actually maybe what foods from these different vendors are you guys looking forward to? Are you guys looking forward to the food? Yeah? Oh, yes.
He's like, where's the jollof? He came in here with the plate.
He did come in with a plate, though. He really did have a plate.
What are some of the different vendors we're going to have? We're going to have Sea Joint?
Sea Joint right there.
Yes, actually.
Oh, nice.
Yes. We won't reveal everybody.
It's a surprise.
But we have a good variety of cultural foods. We really do. And that's for the second night. That's the fashion show night, June 3rd.
Yeah.
See? June 3rd. Thank you, Al. And June 4th at the gala, we are going to have a feast. So it's going to be food from all over. Yes.
It's going to be at like a big table.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be a feast. Yes, indeed.
Can I ask you about the panelists for the mental health?
Oh, yes. Do you want to take this one? Yes. We have some powerhouses.
So it was a pleasure and an honor to. I've actually been doing a lot of the design work that you see on social media for the flyers and stuff like that. So we have, if you follow us on Instagram at AFW_Boston, you'll see a lot of posts there. And we've just started our Facebook page, so that's /AFW Boston. You can follow us on Facebook there. But I was really excited about the panel discussion and talking about mental wellness because, as Nadra mentioned before, it's not something that is openly spoken about in our community. And we definitely have seen more increasingly in the past few years the crisis that has been growing with mental illness and mental health challenges and stuff like that. So we have Dr. Crump Schwabe, coming, and she has a practice here in Boston dealing with mental health. And we have Dr. Omar Reed coming, and then we have the Dorchester, Mattapan, Roxbury affiliate program of the National Alliance on Mental Illness coming out.
And they're going to give us resources.
So these are going to be resources that NAMI's they're going to have a table there as well with resources. So, it's good that people who are looking, because so many people right now need so much help.
Yes.
And it's kind of like, I don't know where to go. I don't know which way to turn. And I know that given the past few years, especially in the medical field, there's been a lot of there's always been a history of distrust with doctors in general and medicine and all that other kind of stuff. But a lot of people want someone that looks like them. And someone that's a part of their community and has shared experiences in what they've been going through. So then we also have a couple of models. We have it's Naja is going to be speaking. So and then they're going to tie in. We're going to be tying in colorism into mental wellness. And I think that's huge because a lot of people kind of take that for granted. You're in the fashion industry or you're in the entertainment industry, and just how there's a lot of
this is coming from light skin.
Yeah, no, because I know. I mean, but see, yeah.
Exactly.
But I mean, like,
all beautiful, right?
right. So I mean, there's so many different aspects of it. Even like you pointed out, being quote unquote light skin. There's also like the preference of lighter complected people in the industry, and some of the stories that some people will be able to identify with, not just in the fashion industry, but just everywhere. And so I'm really looking forward to that. So we have Dr. Crum Swaby, Dr. Omar Reed, Roy Lynch from the Dorchester, Roxbury, Mattapan NAMI chapter, and so it's just going to be a really full, well-rounded night. We're not just going to get heavy and deep. We're going to also have the sound bowl healing. We're going to have DJ Kits playing that night? DJ Kits is going to come out.
Wait, what's the sound bowl healing? What's that healing? The healing?
The sound bowl healing is going to be by Farrell Essentials. Sister LaWanda Monique, she runs a company, and she has these sound bowls that it's kind of like a very spiritual and meditative experience where you kind of just sit there. Sound is very healing, and a lot of people aren't aware that different sound frequencies can either hurt or heal you. So you have different frequencies that are being used right now to manipulate emotion. And you ever listen to a song and just feel like if it's a happy song, you just feel good. If it's a song that's dark and there's a lot of like heavy bass, you just feel like tearing up the place.
Exactly.
These are all frequencies that can be used to either hurt or to heal.
And what you listen to.
Right. So, it's just going to be wonderful. And then we're going to have spoken word, and then Origination is going to dance that night. And so it's just going to be a well-rounded event, and I want people to come out and tap into the resources that are right here in the community. You don't have to go to Newberry Street or to Cambridge or wherever you feel like you have to go far out to get help. If you need help, don't be ashamed. Don't be afraid, because we are all struggling right now.
Yes.
The stories that we could probably all tell about what's going on in our lives, it's like, yeah, girl, go on ahead and get that doctor. Go ahead and talk to somebody. But, we have each other, and so that's been wonderful.
And one thing I do want to add, speaking of talking to somebody, that, like, if we go back to ancient times, just saying, that's what we had our elders to talk to. We had our circle community to talk to. If we're just, if we're going to go back further. And so that's why it is also important that we're honoring our ancestors as the opening. That is how we are opening the event, honoring them first, learning from our ancestors that have passed the baton to so many of us, to all of us, really. And yes, there are people that you can talk to, whether it be my sister, my brother, or someone else that has learned and studied by helping others. So it is a vital night. It is a free night for the community. The other nights, we do purchase tickets. But for the first night, we know that it can be very heavy and it's very heartfelt, but it is free for the community.
First night's free?
It is.
So
and the food is free as well.
And she said the food is free.
And the food's free.
Okay, so
I said the food is free. Listen, he might come now. He might come.
They keep calling it a panel discussion. I keep calling it, I want to call it a round table, or I want to call it a meeting in the village.
A meeting in the village.
Meeting in
Look
the
at
village.
that.
Because
creative collaboration in real time. There we have it.
not only are we going to talk about heavy discussions, we're going to bring lightness to the discussions and also provide resources. So that's another thing that sometimes you don't get
need the resources.
out of this. So we will have resources to share with the community. So
And I do want to
thankful.
say, yes, exactly. Thank you, babe. And I do want to say we are focused on mental wellness. Not mental illness. And I think that part is so vital, and that is speaking from my heart. It is so vital because our wellness is what we want to focus on.